Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the most likely state to flip to the Republicans in 2024. I'm just going to give it to you straight out. I think that Georgia is the most likely state to flip the Republicans in 2024. Before I begin the video, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel as we get closer and closer to 400, which will be a big milestone for the channel. Anyway, let's get right into this video. I will obviously do a most likely state to flip to the Democrats in not 2024, 2022, in the 2022 Senate. So one for the Republicans, one for the Democrats. I did the best case for the Democrats retaining their majority in the Senate, I believe yesterday, and then the best case for the Republicans getting a majority in the Senate the day before that. So I've been switching off between Democrat and Republicans. And yeah, this is what state the Republicans have the best shot at flipping. Now, a few weeks ago, maybe I guess you could say a month ago now, I would have said it would be New Hampshire. Because Chris Sununu at that point looked like he was stepping up to run and become the Republican nominee in that state. However, and I did a video on this, as we all know, he said he's not going to run, basically. And, I think it was something about, he wants to work for the people of New Hampshire as the governor or whatever. But all in all, he has stated he does not plan to run. Now, I have these polls up from RCP. However, I'm not, this is one Walker plus two, one Warnock plus two, PPP is obviously the Democratic poll, and Trafalgar is the Republican poll, so not even much credence on these. But also, just keep in mind that each of these polls were conducted pretty long ago, even early August. That was before the whole dip in Joe Biden's popularity with Afghanistan. That's really where it all began, and then it was kind of on a decline since then. But this was before all of that. This was really when we were in the peak state of very low COVID cases, and things were looking well, so Biden was high there. And that's the Trafalgar poll for 2022 Georgia Senate. So yeah, I don't really want to take, I just want to put it, I just really wanted to put on the Georgia Senate polls. We're going to have a lot more polls coming out, in the next 11 months. Talking about Herschel Walker, I'm not entirely sure if he is the most articulate candidate. Neither is, Raphael Warnock, but for Walker, for the Republicans, not the most articulate to explain the party platform. Just, that's just a conclusion that I think most people make when they watch him and watch what he has to say. And he doesn't really come across, in my mind, to explain the platform as well. And that could be a hindrance for him. However, Georgia, I think, at least for 2022, they will retain the governorship there. And then they will win back the Senate, in that, especially if Joe Biden's popularity and, the current state of the country remains for the next 11 months. And it very well could be. And it could get worse and it could get better. So we don't know, but it's all based off of how today and everything, the state of everything today. And if that remains, Walker, in my mind, will handily win against Warnock. I'd say he wins by 4 to 5 points. Probably shocking a lot of political pundits, simply because they would have thought, and, I guess I've mentioned this before, Georgia has shifted significantly to the left in the last few elections when you look at it going to Trump by 5 points in 2016. And before that, it was going, I think, by double digits to Mitt Romney. And then it went in 2020 to Joe Biden by, a fifth of a percent, but it went Democrat. Massive shift. And maybe a lot of people would be shocked about Georgia, and it would bounce back in 2022, 4 to 5 points for the Republicans. Maybe that's a little too much, 3 to 5 you could include. But yeah, I think that's going to bounce back. Similar to I see to me seeing states like Arizona bouncing back. Although for different reasons, simply because people from California, more conservatives, are moving to that state, moving to Texas, to Florida, shifting a little bit in favor of the Republicans for at least Texas, although Texas is trending left. Yeah, and I think that Georgia will go back Republican. I don't think it's not a solid blue state yet by any means. It's still, I guess, considered a purple state. I would consider it that, maybe even tilt Republican still. But yeah, by 2024, it depends. It could go Republican, it could go Democrat. I still see it being a toss-up state. Then I don't think it'll be Joe Biden plus 5, and then in 2028 it'll be, I don't know, Kamala Harris plus 10 if she decides, if that's the way things go. But yeah, I still see Herschel Walker defeating Raphael Warnock in this race. Warnock did beat Jon Ossoff in the margins back in the early election in 2021. He actually won by a greater margin than Jon Ossoff, and I guess that was due to Kelly Loeffler not being as popular as David Perdue, and Jon Ossoff not getting as much African American support. However, you could see a bit of a balancing act with Herschel Walker, in his case, being black as well, and that may not be as beneficial to Raphael Warnock as he would have hoped for in the past. But yeah, I put Georgia as the most likely state to flip. I'll just go over to the 2022 Senate map and give you the margin. I would give it a lean Herschel Walker race. As I said before, margins 3 to 5 points. Herschel Walker wins there at the moment. Best case, this is the best state, that the Republicans have at winning or flipping from a Democrat. There have been a few with Maggie Hassan in New Hampshire, Mark Kelly in Arizona, and then I believe the name is Catherine Cortez Masto in Nevada. Out of those four, those are all Democratically held states. It was really decided out of all of those. It would have been Sununu because he was up, by over 8 points in one of those polls not too long ago, but said he's not going to run. So it was really narrowed down between Georgia and then Nevada and Arizona, and I'm going to give it to Herschel Walker in Georgia. Please let me know in the comments which state you think would most likely flip to the Republicans out of the controlled Democrat races up for re-election, or I guess up for election if they're open seats in 2022, and if you'd like to explain why. Anyway, as I said, I'll be coming out the most likely Democrat race to flip tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a few three-way presidential races this weekend, so stay tuned for more awesome videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and once more, have a great day.